Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. I know y'all looking like, girl, you had lipstick on. What happened? Y'all, I just literally took the lipstick off and I was like, wait a minute, something else happened, so I'm gonna have to do a part two again. The most be popping off. And y'all, I think I be trying to put stuff out of my mind and just be like, okay, that happened, okay, whatever. But let me tell y'all what happened. So what's it yesterday? Tuesday? It might have been Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday though. Tuesday afternoon around 6 or 7 something. While not married man, the divorced man was at work. I got a phone call, but I was on the phone with old boy who has the 2 kids that I told y'all live with the baby mama. So we had been on the phone for an hour talking, having a good old conversation. So then the phone call coming through, and I'm like, every single time, I'm like, oh, I'm done with him. Like he don't want no dealings with me like that. So it's like out of sight, out of mind, all of that, y'all. And it's like every time I say to myself, I'm gonna keep on having the same energy that I've been having, whatever, whatever. The people come from out of nowhere, child. This man called me. I'm like, you ain't called me in over a month. Now you calling? What is going on? And I'm confused because, like I said, it's at a time that he's at work. But I'm like, I don't remember if that's his work schedule. Like, is this an off day for him or something? I don't remember. Come to find out, his work schedule gonna be the same exact work schedule as mine, except he's on another shift. Anyway, so I'm trying to explain to old boy that I'm on the phone with currently, hey, somebody calling me. I'ma call you back. And depending on what's said, I'm gonna tell you what was said or whatever. Now keep in mind, the divorced man cannot stand him. He can't stand him. Okay, so the only reason why I know he can't stand him is because one day we were talking when he actually was being consistent. We was talking, and then he was new to our, department of doing the stuff that I do because he wasn't doing the other job anymore and he was training. And so I was like, yeah, we got the new people, whatever, whatever. I was like, there's one person that, he's not new to our job, meaning where we work, but he's new to that department or whatever. So he was like, man, I can't stand him. I was like, what? I was like, do you have the right person? Like, so I described, he was like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't stand him. I was like he had a lot of vitriol behind it. I was like, what is what is going on here? Because by the time he became who he is in the position that he works in now, he's not working with him at all. So I'm confused. I don't know if it is. I feel like it's the reason why he don't like him is because he walk around and he just talk to people all day. He don't do much work. I feel like that's what it is. So, and in all honesty, he works in his department was and still is the most hated department. He just was working in it. Well, no. His department was the side heifer's department. But now he works in the divorced man's department in a different capacity. But if they need him somewhere else, they will put him somewhere else. So anyway, I'm still trying to understand, how do you not like this man? Well, y'all have not had to work together ever. He don't like him at all. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, he don't even know. He don't know this man. Talks to me every day, pretty much. Messages me, all of this. Like the other day, I'm gonna get to that. I ain't even got to that part. Y'all don't even know that part. Because like I said, the most was popping off. Y'all, I slept almost this entire time since I've been off. Anytime I was awake, I was like on the phone because they was calling me and texting me somehow coincidentally when I woke up. So anyway, let me tell y'all what happened. So I got off the phone with old boy and I had missed the call. So I was like, well, if it's meant to be, he'll pick up, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Because like I said, it's like 2.5 hours into his shift. And I'm like, why are you calling me? The power always go off on his shift somehow. I don't know how that happens. We had like thunderstorms and stuff. I guess that's what it was. The power went out. So it went out. They couldn't get anything back up and operational for quite some time. So he ended up calling me. So he was like, hey, how you doing? He answered the phone. I was like, I'm fine. How are you? He was like, that's good. Okay, cool. I was like, yeah, because he had texted me. He had already texted me after his birthday and was like, oh, so I'm not going to get my present. No, you're not going to get anything from me, sir. No. You acted as if I was nobody for the last month. You weren't saying, hey, bye, nothing for the past month. You ain't even finna get a hug from me. And I saw him less than 15 minutes before it officially turned into the day of his birthday. So I just acted as if his birthday didn't exist. So it is what it is. So anyway, yeah, he had texted me about that. He was like, oh, so it just randomly out of nowhere was like, oh. First he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, no, he said hello. He went on social media and DM'd me and was like, hello. Or hi or something. He was like, hey babe, or something like that. I said hello. So I'm just like, whatever energy you give me, that's what I'm gonna give you. You giving me a high, I'm gonna give you a high. I'm not gonna be like, oh hey, how you doing? How the kids? How da, 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 da. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm giving you the exact same energy you giving me. Because I've been doing the most. I'm not finna go back into that mode of doing the most. So that's what I gave him. So he ain't saying that. So I was like, oh, okay. So then all of nowhere, the next day, he texted me and was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm fine. So then he, not long after that, after I responded, I think I had gone to sleep. And then I got up and responded. I was like, I'm fine or whatever. So he was like, oh, so I'm not going to get my birthday. He was like, first he said, when am I going to get my birthday gift? And so I was like, child, y'all know he trying to get a piece. Y'all know he trying to get a piece. Y'all know he trying to get a piece. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, I was supposed to get a birthday gift. So I'm not getting a birthday gift no more. I was like, I mean, you have, people. You have people all around you. Like, you don't have any problems with pulling anybody. I figured that you had gotten a room like you said you were going to do and did whatever you were going to do because we were going to spend time together. And pretty much he was going to basically pay to have me around. He was going to pay for a room. He was going to buy the food, whatever food he was going to be in the mood for his birthday that day. And if he wanted to go somewhere else, he was going to pay for it because he told me he didn't want me to come out of pocket. So, I mean, initially, when he first set all this up and he told me he really wanted me to be there with him for his birthday, I was like, oh, I'll use one of my last single days that I have or a day or two. And I will, apply that when it's his birthday because his birthday fell on a Friday this year. Well, luckily I didn't do that. And yeah, so turns out he ended up working through his birthday because he's trying to trick out his car and he tried to put $3,000 in rims and other stuff into the car. He doing the most. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So he pulling overtime doing all that. And then I was like, oh, so what did you do for your birthday then? He was like, oh no, my daddy came into town. I didn't know he was coming. My dad. And I ended up just going down to it's this really super duper country place. If I ever go down there, I ain't driving my car. And I'm not getting into a vehicle that's not, to me, a reliable vehicle because you're going to lose reception. It's bare. It's all kinds of animals out there. I ain't got time. Mountain lions, all kinds of stuff. I ain't doing it. I ain't getting stranded. You could deer galore. I ain't got time for it. But his family down there, and he was like, oh, I went down there because I didn't know he was going to be in town. And so I ended up, when I got off work that day, I went down there and spent time with my family. And, my dad came in town, so I did it. And I mean, you could tell he was feeling some type of way because he wants to introduce me to his family members. His mama lives around here, not far away. So he wants to introduce me to her. No. He wants to introduce me to his daddy. His daddy don't live here. His daddy lives up north. That's all I'm going to say. And so, but he came in because he wanted to surprise him for his birthday. And they did little family stuff and that was it. Cool. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, wow, I thought you was going to, get your room. I thought you had your little setup. I thought you had, rekindle things with your ex-wife. And I'm being genuine. I'm being very serious when I'm saying this to him. He was like, what? No. I was like, oh, well, I don't know. I mean, y'all used to be on the same type of time. This happens a lot. A lot of people, they are in some awkward space and they end up getting back with the person that they were with. Y'all got a child together. Your son 5 now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all made amends. I don't know. Because you went ghost, for a month. I ain't bring that part up, but I mean, he know. And I'm just like, and I've already told him this before, which is that I'm not setting it off for nobody no more. If somebody want me, they gonna act like they want me. I'm not finna run after nobody. I'm not doing nothing. And I prefer nobody to do anything anyway because I have nothing to give. I'm tired of my spirit. I'm exhausted. People try me, they do the absolute most to get me, and then they be like, "Oh, I got this heifer," and then they start acting a fool. I'm good where I'm at. Don't do it. I'm good. So anyway, he was like, "No, why would you say that?" So then, at some point in time in the conversation, he gonna ask me when he get off work, can he drop by? I said, "No," and I said it like that. Like I say that all the time. I was like, "No," said it literally just like that. He was like, "Well, dang, you ain't have to say it nasty like that." I was like, "Huh?" I thought he was joking, and I was laughing. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like the way he didn't respond, I was like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know, I was joking, right?" I mean, I'm not trying to link up with you or nothing, but I wasn't trying to be nasty to it. I wasn't trying to say anything to you in a nasty way. I was just saying, no, like my place still ain't where I want it to be. Y'all don't understand the stuff that I'm trying to get going. There might be moments where I'll whoop the camera around for y'all to see certain things that I've done. And I mean, it's basic, but it ain't some of the little things, the little trinkets and stuff I have. I want y'all to see stuff or whatever. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some stuff together. Anyway, I don't like how my place is right now, and I don't want nobody over here. I don't like nobody over here like that anyway. So, and coupled with the fact that I ain't talked to you in a month, we not finna include the hey in passing every other blue moon. Like I can count on one hand how many times he said hey to me over the course of this entire month of July. Nah, in passing at work. And you got my phone number, you have my social media, you ain't say hey about nothing. No, you already know where I stand. You know that I'm tired, you know that I'm jaded, and that I don't trust nobody. But you gonna tell me in the same breath, you love me, you want me, you got to have me. I can't tell. So that's why I don't take nobody seriously. I don't take nobody seriously. I don't be caring what nobody got to say. So anyway, I was like, no, I wasn't saying it in a nasty way. I wasn't trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying, no, like, nah. And he was like, oh, well, I thought because you said that you had taken a nap that you were good. Because I had literally just woke up from a nap, and then I ended up talking to old boy on the phone for an hour. I don't know how he met. I don't know. He be like on it. Like I can literally just go to sleep at random, and I'll wake up, use the bathroom. As soon as I'm done using the bathroom, here he come calling. The most random times. So he be on it some kind of way. But anyway, so we on the phone. And he was like, oh, well, the power went out and they can't get nothing back up and running. So, you know, I just figured I'd come out here and talk to you. I wanted to talk to you. I hadn't talked to you in a while. And, you know, I missed talking to you. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Trying not to, you know, sound excited or sound like I'm doing the most and all of that or whatever in my responses, right? So he was like, okay. He was like, well, I thought we might have been able to link up since you're going to be off for your days off this week. I was like, no. He was like, oh, okay. And then I told him, I was like, you know, it's supposed to start raining and stuff again. The last time he was over here and it had rained, he's only been over here like 2 or 3 times. Last time he came over here and it rained, he had fell asleep because it was raining really, really good. I think it was that day when the last time he came over here, it was raining. And then the weather got really, really bad. He fell asleep. I was just up on my phone because I had already went to sleep. Like, I was just up on my phone on social media, talking to other people, talking to other dudes because he ain't my man. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't together. I can talk to who I want to talk to. But I'm saying talking to other dudes as in like other male friends. And, you know, anytime I have any association with any man, every single man who I'm cool with, they all like me in some kind of way. So I just be like, oh, y'all just, I don't be understanding why y'all think that y'all need to be like on some pedestal, like y'all my man or something, and y'all ain't. So what we're not finna do is that. I don't know. They be acting jealous. That's what I'm looking for, the word jealous. So I was on my phone the entire time. I was watching stuff, and then he woke up like a couple of hours later because it was thunder and storm. Like it was bad. It was terrible. So I kind of wanted the storm to pass before he went back home because I didn't know if it was going to be like it was the last time. The last time that happened, it tore up like pretty much everywhere around where he lived. I'm talking about destroyed. It made national news. It was bad. So anyway, and it was so random. We didn't know it was going to turn into a hurricane, tornado, or whatever. Well, it was bad. all he experienced was the power outage, and it was high winds, but nothing. He didn't experience any damage. His cars didn't get damaged. His place didn't get damaged. So yeah, so part of me was kind of like, well, I'm kind of glad he here because the last time his city got destroyed, and he lived 45 minutes to an hour away driving the speed limit. So I was like, oh no. So he ended up waking up, and it was bad outside even then. And so he was like, man, it's terrible over here. I was like, so he ain't like all the thunder and lightning and all that stuff. So he ended up going home. Pretty sure he did it so that in the morning when the wife pop up with the son, he'll be available and all that. And I'm just like, just say that. It ain't that deep. like it is what it is. He was sleeping peacefully too. So, but yeah, y'all, he done got on the phone with me trying to see what it's hidden for, thinking he gonna be able to stop by. No, I'm good. I know you want a piece. You think you finna get some birthday sex. No, I'm good. No. So anyway, then I get back on the phone with old boy once he got off the phone with me. Got back on the phone with old boy who has 2 kids, and so we talking again. We talked for another hour. So then he finally get off the phone. But tell me why yesterday he called me while he was at work. We were on the phone the entirety pretty much of the shift. We were on the phone for like 8 hours. Time went by fast, y'all. I don't know what was going on. So I woke up from a nap because like I told you, I napped the entire time I was off. Woke up, we talking. We talking about sex. We talking about the baby mama. We talking about how he and the baby mama met. We talking about the kids. We talking about all of these things that he's had going on with the kids. He's telling me the issues that he has going on with the baby mama, which is she'll hype him up because like I told y'all before, I don't trust nobody that tell me or that I find out, oh, I live with the baby mama, blah, blah, blah. I don't trust y'all. Y'all screwing. Or some screwing pop off from time to time. I don't trust y'all. I think y'all sleep in the same bed. And I was right. So, so he's sitting up here. He was like, well, like, let me tell you what she be doing. So I'll be at the house with the kids after I done got off work. And then she'll go to work. So this is one of her days when she at work. And so all day while I'm at work, she'll be teasing me like she gonna give it up and all this other stuff. And then she at work. So by the time she get off work, I done fed the kids. I done got them cleaned up. They ready. Done went to sleep and everything. So I'm ready. I'm gonna go. Soon as she hit the door, I don't feel like it. But you done round me up all day up until the time you got to the door. Now lately, y'all, I don't know what is going on with this situation, but it's messy. Tell me why he told me he feels some type of way, because lately she'll get dolled up for work, but when they go out somewhere, she look like a bum. Hair don't be looking like nothing, but she been doing her hair and looking real nice for work. And so he said something about it the other day. He was like, your hair look real nice. Like, I wish your hair looked like that. We would go out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand your hair ain't gonna be looking amazing and just like whatever all the time, but he said she don't be looking like nothing when they go out nowhere. But lately she going to work, she's setting it off. He said ever since he's known her, she's never been into jewelry. He used to buy her watches, rings, earrings, necklaces, and all of that. She won't wear them. She's not into jewelry. She just started wearing earrings. Just started wearing necklaces out of nowhere. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I just told you. She been setting it off, doing her hair, and looking real good for work, hair-wise. And she can't stand to wear earrings because earrings will eventually hurt her ears. But she been suffering, basically, and putting earrings in and wearing necklaces. Like, the one thing she definitely don't wear is necklaces. I was like, what's going on? He was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick and tired of it. But at the same time, he did let me in on the fact that, like all these other dudes, he was out here fighting and bopping. He's still young. So they met each other when they were in high school, and she lost her virginity to him and all of that. And so he's pretty much, I think he's the only man that she's been with, but he's been around. He's been busting it wide open. He's been doing the most since he's been out there. So, it's just it's a whole lot of moving pieces to this. So he be rolling up on me. Talking his talk. I be like, boy, if you don't get out of here, you wish. He be telling me all these things he would do. I'm like, boy, Mr. Shrimp. I call him Mr. Shrimp. He be trying to call me sandpaper. I was like, I be telling him, boy, ain't nothing dry over here. That is one complaint that ain't never crossed nobody's lips about me. You can miss me with that. Ain't no sandpaper over here. So anyway, speaking of sandpaper, no, but for real, when it comes to the water and all that stuff, he asked me to bring him some alkaline water. He wanted me to bring him some spring water that I have made an alkaline environment out of. I was like, boy, I ain't finna waste my water on you. And then if you don't like it, then what? He was like, just bring me the water. I was like, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. I'll get my days off. He was like, well, bring it Friday. I think I'm gonna have to work Friday anyway. I was like, if I think about it, maybe. Like, but you ain't gonna like it. I'm not finna waste my spring water and you ain't gonna like it. And then it's not like it's something that you're gonna continue on. It just tastes like key lime and some water. Like, what is we talking about? It's great for you. Speaking of, before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget, whenever I do an update on my weight loss and all that stuff in my alkaline journey, I'm gonna tell y'all about this, but I'm gonna say it right now because I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'm waiting on something, and then I'm gonna go into that. But anyway, as far as the water is concerned, I hadn't been eating the best lately, and my period came on like Thursday of last week and went off like on Monday or something like that. Yeah, and so that whole time it wasn't a bad experience, and I'm very shocked because I haven't been eating the way I'm supposed to eat. I only have been drinking. There were days that I would come home from work, or when I'm just in the house on my days off, I would just drink several bottles of spring water that I haven't, created an alkaline environment for or whatever, right? One day, I think Thursday night, I ended up drinking like a half a gallon. If I were to equate all the bottles of that, I did at least a half a gallon before I left the house, and then I was drinking it all day at work because, like I said before, there is some small business that does spring water, and we get all of our water from them, and all of the bottles of water that they have are spring. So I'm glad that I don't have to bring my spring water unless I feel like bringing my spring water to work. So I drink spring water all day at work. Then I drink spring water all day when I'm at the house. So I feel like because of the spring water and the amount that I've been drinking, it's been pushing out the food and stuff I shouldn't have been eating. I was eating chocolate. Not supposed to have chocolate at all. Chocolate with almonds. Not supposed to have almonds. It's supposed to have walnuts if I'm going to have any type of a nut like that. Those are the only ones that I've purchased whenever I've done alkaline. So I'm eating everything I ain't supposed to eat, right? And usually that makes me have a very, very unpleasant menstrual cycle. And I didn't have no pain. The only reason why I wasn't able to sleep was because of my neighbors. It wasn't because my menstrual cycle was killing me. And I had to sit very, very still in order for me to have a situation stable enough for me to go to sleep. I didn't have to use my heating pad. I didn't have to use my other little heating pad that is geared strictly for PMS. Haven't had to use any medications. Like, I have to go to the bathroom to realize that my menstrual cycle is on. So, I'm trying to tell y'all need to get with the program when it comes to the alkaline lifestyle. I wasn't even doing it all the way right. I had my moments where I was eating bad, and then the next minute I was eating what I'm supposed to eat alkaline wise. But all that water, I feel like it was pushing that food out, and that was why it was pushing all the bad food and candy and stuff I was eating out, and that was the reason why. Anyway, back to what I was telling y'all. So the boy over here talking to me about all kinds of inappropriate stuff. He don't know what he doing. He don't know what he doing. In my mind, I don't care. I don't want him to send me no picture. I told him I want him to send me no picture, and I'm not sending him no picture or no video footage or none of that. Look, listen, my last day of work, I had to set it off real quick though. I had to show him a little receipt to prove to him that I'm not sandpaper. It wasn't no picture of me and nothing like that. It was verbal confirmation from somebody. This person lost their entire mind in a sense. But anyway, they were just like, oh my gosh, you were the GOAT. You turned me out. You did this, that, and the other. Da, 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 da. You da, 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 da. They just said it off. And I'm like, do you see this? Oh, okay. Where in that does it indicate that I'm sandpaper? Oh, that's what I thought. I just don't like for people to try me. And I'm like, I'm none of those things. Now, I'm not going to ever sit up here and say, oh, I'm all of this and I'm all of that in the bedroom. I'm gonna tell you all day I'm trash. But if you are somebody like him, I might tell you some stuff to hype you up, but you're not gonna experience it, so it doesn't matter. But 99% of the time, I'm telling you I'm trash. So you can leave me alone. Cause I'm not finna brag. And then if I was to ever do something with somebody and end up actually being trash or mediocre or ain't even that great, like no. Anyway, it was fun. It was actually fun talking to him. It wasn't all about sex. It actually was serious situations. I actually was trying to encourage him to, like, if you're gonna be in that situation with her and ultimately you feel like if y'all could get back on the right track, that y'all are gonna be together, you are gonna marry her someday and all this other stuff, then why not get her in the mood? Like, yeah, she might have said all that all day and now she done got home. She's like, I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I said all of that earlier, but I ain't doing nothing. Why not go up to her and get her in the mood? He was like, man, I'd have tried all that. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't be understanding. Some people, like the other married dude I told y'all about who lived in North Carolina, you have in-house box and they have in-house peen. And they be wanting to do all this nasty, freaky, like pleasurable things to you, but you don't want to have no dealings with them. You don't want to have nothing to do with it. Like the woman in North Carolina, from what he telling me, she just be like, no, I don't think I can get in this position. The positions he be telling me about, it be nothing. I be like, I'm bigger than her. What is going on? Child, I don't be understanding. Them people be so miserable. I'm like, well, if you like it, I love it, child, because it could be me. The person I am now when it comes to that, you gonna have to run me what you need to run me. I'm gonna make you halfway regret rolling up on me, talking about you want certain things to be happening and popping off. Don't roll up on me unless you want all the smoke. Let me digress, okay, y'all? I'm just saying. But anyway, he and I had a great dialogue, and he was able to say, you know, I don't want to argue with her, so I'm gonna go and do some other stuff when I get off work. This man volunteered to do the most hated task for the last 4 hours of the day because he took on a 12-hour shift. So at first he said, I'm not even gonna go home. Then he ended up going home after he got off. And the first thing she said was, oh, so you just worked over and didn't tell me you was gonna work over. Now keep in mind, before that even happened, he had been talking to me all night. She said to him, well, if I have time, I'll talk to you. Because he was like, well, I'm trying to stay awake at work. Can you call me and talk to me? And so she was like, I mean, if I'm awake, I will. I guess I might. And so I was like, so he was venting to me about that, all these things that she won't do, and he's willing to do all these things for her. And pretty much everything from what he's telling me, it seems as though she is holding on to what she went through with him when he was out there in them streets. If you're going to continue to hold on to that, instead of saying, let me forgive him and move on, tell him to get out your house, tell him to run you to child support, let him continue to see his kids and be done with it, because you still have some kind of emotional attachment because he's there, but he's not. And you don't mind the situation being what it is, but it's strained. It shouldn't be like that. Y'all too young for all that. But anyway, that's what's been happening, y'all. I figured I'd come on here and tell y'all, because I was like, it was some other stuff popped off, but I didn't have a chance to tell y'all because I had to tell y'all that foolishness before. But anyway, I did the recap review, but I'll be back later on, maybe. All right, see y'all later. Bye.